It's me again, back with another unboxing video. Now I've actually filmed 3 videos. This will be the 3rd video I've filmed in a row. Normally I just film one video and then I spend the rest of the evening editing it and uploading it. But I thought, you know what, instead of doing that tonight, I'm going to film a few videos and then I'll just edit them over the next few days. So the first video I did, which you probably would have seen by now, which I would have released a couple of days ago, was this unboxing from GSH. GSH is a pourer within the community. If you want to get any of his work, he is very active in Stacker Social, and he often puts things in the marketplace on Stacker Social, and he's also recently got his work in Cardiff Gold as well. So yeah, he's doing big things, and I'm really interested to see which direction he goes next. I also just finished unboxing something from Silverpunk. Most of you watching this would have heard of Silverpunk by now. Many of you know that I'm a huge fan of Silverpunk, not just of his work, but also just a fan of him in general. He's become quite a close friend over these last few years. And I just like supporting his work and collecting his work. And yeah, that was what we did in another video that I would have released a few days prior to this one. But in today's video, if we can make a little bit of space, we're going to be doing another unboxing, which I believe is from another pourer within the community. Again, very active in Stacker Social. But before we say too much, let's get into it, because I don't want to do too much of an intro if it's not from this person. Yeah, I think it is, because I can tell by the wrapping. Just going to rip it open. I have got a knife and scissors here, but sometimes it's easier just to get straight into it. Oh, this is interesting. Oh, this has come back quicker than I thought. Now, this is from Louis, and to celebrate Stacker Social hitting 5,000 members, they produced a high roller bar. Now, in the past, they produced poker chips, but to mark this special occasion, they produced a bar. Now, they will be producing poker chips again in the future. For those of you that do like collecting the poker chips that Louis make, they make these really cool silver poker chips. And many people did reach out after the bar and say, are we going to do a 5,000 members poker chip? We're not going to be doing that this year. This is something a little bit different, a little bit special to mark the occasion. But we are already in talks of potentially producing another poker chip, a silver poker chip, to mark 6,000 members, because believe it or not, that is going to come round sooner than we think. We're just past 5,200 members. So yeah, we're already firing towards the next landmark. So we're already in talks with Louis about potentially producing a silver poker chip to mark that occasion. So for those of you that are collecting the Louis Stacker Social silver poker chips, rest assured they will be coming again in the future. But I am actually a little bit shocked this has arrived back so quick, because I actually unboxed this on the channel to showcase it before these were released. And the one they sent me wasn't hallmarked, because when you try and hallmark one individual item on its own, it's quite expensive to do. So what they did was they sent me a bar, the first bar to showcase before they announced it and released it, but they sent me one that wasn't hallmarked. Then I sent it back to them for them to send away with the others and get it hallmarked. But it looks like they've actually sent it away with maybe some other work they were getting done instead, because I believe that the Stacker Social bars are still a work in progress at the moment. There was, I think, 40 sold in total. It was only open for a couple of days over the weekend, and then the mintage was capped after that weekend. And yeah, I believe it was a 40 mintage in total. So a really low mintage for a really cool collectible piece. And let's see if this one is actually hallmarked, or whether the postman has just sent this back and it hasn't even made it back to them. Because like I said, it has come back extremely quick. Yeah, it's not hallmarked. So there, that was a waste of a video. So it looks like they've sent it back to me. I wonder why they've done that. I have no idea why that's happened. It looks like Mr. Postman has sent this back to me, because this is not hallmarked yet. The hallmarks are meant to go on here. Let me have a little look off camera to make sure they've not hallmarked it somewhere else. No, that's really strange. So yeah, I sent this back to Valui, and for some reason, I'm guessing it got lost along the way, and Royal Mail have just sent it back to me. And that would make sense now why the box was a little bit battered, because the box was kind of like falling apart on the sides. But yeah, really strange, because if I show you the front, I'm going to cover up their address. If I show you the front, it's addressed back to me, back to my PO box. So I have no idea why. Why has that come back to me and the return address is their address? I don't really understand that. Don't know what's happened there. But anyway, this is a failed unboxing, because that I thought was going to be the bar with hallmarks on. So I have no idea what's gone on there. So yeah, there we go. But yeah, thanks very much for watching. How do we redeem this unboxing? Because you've seen that already. What should we do? What unboxing shall we do? I don't really know. I'll tell you what we'll do. We will do. We will redeem this unboxing with a piece of gold. Let's do that. Let's redeem this unboxing with a piece of gold. This was going to be a separate video, but let's do it now. So this box holds 31 1-gram gold bars. So pretty much a full ounce of gold, very, very slightly under, but I can chuck in a gold back or something like that just to make it to a full ounce once I finish this box. But you can see we need 1, 2, 3, 4 more gold bars to complete that ounce. I'll give you a little preview of some of these bars. All of these are different designs. Really, really nice pieces of gold. I'm just enjoying collecting different designs. It's not always the most cost-effective way of stacking gold by actually picking designs out as opposed to going by price. But for me, part of collecting this 1 ounce has been collecting different types of gold along the way. So yeah, I've really enjoyed doing that. And let's go to, I believe it's this one. Yeah, that feels like a 1-gram piece of gold. But let's get straight into it. So you're actually getting a silver and a gold unboxing in today's video. A very unexpected gold unboxing. This was going to be a separate video. But let's have a look what we've got. Ah, this one's cool. Now this one actually wasn't too overpriced compared to some of the prices I've seen these selling for. But this is actually a FIFA World Cup edition. Now, I don't even follow football at all. I only watched a handful of games within the World Cup, and those were the England games. And the only reason I watched them was because my family wanted to watch them, my partner and the children wanted to watch them. But for me personally, not a huge fan of football, not really into sports. But let's have a little look at this piece. And the reason I picked this up was just because I thought it was a really cool piece to add to the collection. You only get a World Cup, is it every 4 years? Is that right? I just thought it kind of marks a landmark. Although I didn't watch all the games, and although I'm not a massive football fan, I do think it's quite a cool looking 1-gram piece of gold. There's a limited mintage on them. It's made by Pamp, which is one of my favourite producers of silver and gold. I just thought it'd be really cool to, yeah, add it to the collection. It's a bit like a diary, I suppose, this stack. We've got things in here like the one I just showcased, which was like a Christmas release. Now we've got the World Cup. It's almost like documenting my journey in a way by picking up different pieces that represent dates in time, I suppose. But yeah, really, really nice piece of gold. You've got the 26 on there, and you've got the World Cup trophy, FIFA. And it says FIFA World Cup at the bottom of the bar. It's cool. There's lots going on in this bar. It's nice they've made the effort to actually decorate the bar and make it unique instead of just changing the blister, because that's what some companies are doing. They're just producing blisters that have different designs, but the actual gold inside is exactly the same. So it's nice to see a company going the extra mile and producing a really nice looking gold bar. So let's put it back in the sleeve. I'm hoping it's going to fit in this box within the sleeve so we can keep it all together. Yes, it does. Nice and snug. Absolutely brilliant. So that means we only need 3 more 1 gram pieces of gold to complete this whole box, which is really cool. I'm hoping to get that done within the next few months. So yeah, that'll be really cool once that's filled, and I'm going to put that to one side, and that will be my gold allocation sorted for a while. I wanted to complete this collection that I started building a while back. I've actually got another collection of 1 gram pieces of gold that also makes up an ounce. So this would actually be my second ounce of 1 gram gold. So yeah, I'm looking forward to doing that. And then that will kind of complete my allocation of gold. I'll be quite happy with my holdings of gold. When I first started stacking, when I first started stacking, my targets were quite low. I was going like, right, I need to get 10 ounces, I need to get 20 ounces, 50 ounces, 100 ounces. And obviously when I hit those landmarks, it was really good. But my kind of long-term goal, once I kind of realized that I wanted to stack for quite some time and I wanted to get a decent size holding, I made it a goal to get 1,000 ounces of silver and 10 ounces of gold. That was kind of my landmark that I wanted to hit. And once I hit those targets, it was almost like, I don't know, I felt a bit like it was great in a way because I'd hit some huge achievements. Having 1,000 ounces of silver and 10 ounces of gold is obviously a huge achievement, especially with today's prices. I was obviously buying gold back when an ounce was like £1,100, for example, and when silver was like, I don't know, £18 a coin, between 18 and £20 a coin. So obviously back then it was still a lot of money to invest in precious metals, but obviously now with the prices how they are, it's a hell of a lot of money. But when I hit those targets, it was almost like, it was like kind of, yes, it was a sense of achievement, but at the same time, it's like, right, what's the next step? What do I do now? And I feel like I've been a little bit lost along the way ever since I hit those landmarks, because they were kind of landmarks that I was so tunnel visioned on hitting. Once I finally got there, it was kind of like, well, now what kind of thing. And I think that's the reason why I'm kind of revisiting these fractional pieces of gold and this poured silver and stuff like that again, because it's like I'm trying to inject the excitement back into stacking because I've hit the landmarks I wanted to hit. I've got my portfolio side of my precious metals sorted. That's me for long term. Hold that till whenever, sell a little bits along the way maybe to help me through different difficult periods, but the bulk of it will be obviously kept now. And it's almost like, right, what do I do next? Where do I go? What direction do I go? I've got my allocation in precious metals. Some people do it differently. Some people don't go as heavy and as hard as I did when I first started stacking. I went all in and I was so tunnel visioned on hitting those goals. So I was just buying relentlessly. Whereas some people prefer to buy slower and steadier, especially in today's markets where things are a lot more expensive. People can't afford to buy sort of 10 ounces a week or 10 ounces a month now. It's more like, I don't know, a couple of ounces or maybe even just 1 ounce a month because of how much everything has shot up. Not just the cost of precious metals, but everything around it, the cost of living, mortgages, the bills, petrol, everything, food. So it's a lot harder now, environment, to be able to quickly stack. So a lot of people are just buying slow and steady. So a lot of people that are just starting their stacking journey have still got quite a long way to go to hit the kind of larger targets that they're trying to achieve. But for me, with hitting those already, it's like, right, what do I do next? I'm obviously trying to diversify into different assets classes, but at the same time, I still want to showcase things on the channel. I still want to pick up precious metals. I still enjoy precious metals. I think it's one of the greatest investments out there. I love the fact that it's off the record. I love the fact that it's not connected to any institution. No one can log in and hack my precious metals portfolio and see exactly what I've got, or take it like they can with stocks and other investments that are connected to things. So it's always going to be such an important investment vehicle to me, and I'm always going to still accumulate over time, but it's just going to be at a lot slower pace, and it's going to be more kind of collectible, higher premium things because, yeah, my base stack is done. And once I've got my other allocations up where I want them to be, then who knows, I might go back into precious metals a little bit more aggressively again and try and buy some more tubes and fill up some more monster boxes and buy some more standard Britannias. But for now, this is the direction my journey has taken me. So yeah, we're going to wrap the video up there. A little bit of a spontaneous random ending there. I kind of went off on a bit of a tangent. Started off with some silver that didn't go to plan, ended up with some gold and a life story. But yeah, thanks so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.
Every creator has a public side, but the real story happens behind the curtain. Welcome to the 365 Club, your members-only window into the creative journey. Get exclusive behind-the-scenes videos, fresh portfolio updates, and first looks at future projects before anyone else. Follow the process, see what's coming next, and feel closer to the work as it takes shape. Don't just watch from the outside. Join the 365 Club and unlock exclusive insider access today.